All Night Thing. I have no idea why we haven't done this song yet. I love this song. For Sean Lynch, for Sam Chiavello, my student in good old CA. For Rasmus, I don't think really. I think he was talking about the piano version, but always just love saying Rasmus's name. And for Buddy McLean. All right, so this one is a pile of chords. I cannot personally make heads or tails of which chord comes where, when. So, of course, I've made some notes. Go to my website, RyanLent.com, and the title is in super secret backwards code. So what is the opposite of all night? Every other Tuesday, of course. And what happens every other Tuesday? Bingo night. So you're looking for bingo night for this piece of paper so you can follow along at home or at a friend's house or wherever you are. Not that they're hard. The chords are easy. They don't belong in the same key, and he's weaving in and out of keys, and it's 100% bananas. It's in 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The strumming pattern for just about every song in 6/8 is down, up, but there's a nuance. It's swung. It's the difference between Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town and All Night Thing, which is same tempo. Well, the song isn't in the same tempo, but just to emphasize the difference between swung and not swung. Elderly Woman was not swung. Not swung. Swung. You're going to start out on a D, but it's only just the pickup notes. So you're thinking like before the song starts is when pickup notes happen. You're going to go a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we are into the beginning of the song. That's when he says, she motioned to A. You can play A. The piano's playing an A suspended 2 in this song. Chris definitely favored the A suspended 2 in the live versions I perused, but it really does not matter. They're different expressions of the same chord. So if you think A sounds better, play A. If you want to be true to All Night Thing, play A suspended 2. That's just A with an open B string. So, D, A, back to D, F sharp minor, second line, D, E, D, and a G. That's half the verse. Nothing crazy happened there, but I have some little stars that I've placed for conversation points, things I noticed when I was watching live versions, including the Walmart sound check one, right? Okay, second half of the verse, we switch to C. And then the point of the next chord is the B note. If you play along with the song and play B major, it fits really well. If you play along and play B minor, it kind of also fits. And live, Chris Cornell was playing G with a B in the bass. That's just A2 and B3. It's 2 out of the 4 things you need to do to make your G chord. So we've got a G chord, except instead of G being the lowest note, B is. Hence, G with a B in the bass, and probably don't bother with that E string high. Yeah, so try all 3. See what I mean? They both kind of all fit, which is really curious as to why the major one fits and the minor one kind of fits too. I lost all objectivity listening, trying to figure out this little segment. So I'm going to say that the chord in the song is not G with a B in the bass, but that's what Chris Cornell played live, and perhaps he was just as confused as me by the time he played it live a bunch, years later. But I think B major fits really well. Might just be my earballs tricking me. You pick your poison. Anyway, second half of the verse. C, be like Chris and play G with the B in the bass. D, F. Then we're going to play an E. Again, in the live versions, did not hear it on the recording, but heard Chris play an E7, which he often does. He just puts E7 in there even when it doesn't belong, but it certainly could belong here. There's nothing wrong with it. So we'll go with E7 or E major, D, and then A, followed by splitting the measure, F, G, and then it does that again. A, F, G. The chorus, D, if it's an all-night thing, F, with the A with D-A. That's what he did live. The ambiguity of the piano in the recorded piece, of course, it's hard to really tell. You could get that done, and I like it like this. Just an A sus4. I like that. But Chris live played the sus2, as we said, and then played D, and then maybe back to regular A. Then that's 3 different things, so that's kind of cool too. So again, doesn't matter. sus2 regular with your sus4 back to regular for that little accent, or to D, A, any combination of those, doesn't matter. Okay, if it's a D, third line, here it is, D, F, and here's the thing that I have now put 700 how to play such and such song videos on YouTube, and I've got a playlist of every song I've ever taught anyone in person, and it's got, I can't remember, more than 1,000, less than 3,000 songs on it, and I have never, ever, ever, ever seen F followed by F sharp minor. My mind is blown right now how he pulled this off, but he did so in beautiful fashion. So third line, D, F, F sharp minor. This is the B. If you don't like B, play B7, my favorite open chord. A2, D1, G2, E2, just as good. Okay, third line, D, sharp minor, B or B7, and then we've got an E, a D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then half a measure D, half a measure G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's the end tag thing, right? F, G, A. Right, so I'm on the last line of the chorus, which is what we just did, and in a live version, again, Chris split that first measure of the last line, the E, he split it between E and E7, so do that if you like, don't do it if you don't like. 2 things, I just wanted to look at that playlist. It doesn't show you how many songs in a nice little number there on Spotify anymore, but the thing I noticed was some poor soul is following my playlist of that, so raise your hand if that's you. That's crazy. I'm sorry I put you through that. Secondly, the swung thing, it's like strumming with an Italian accent, okay? So let's pretend we're saying a sentence in not swung speaking. You'd say, have some pizza. Have some pizza. With just a little pause. Unnatural how you'd speak, right? But difference between have some pizza and have some pizza. It's strumming with an Italian accent. It's some pizza, have some pizza versus have some pizza, have some pizza, have some pizza, have some pizza. Did that help? I hope so, because I look silly. Says the man who masquerades around as his own kindergarten teacher. Okay, so out of the first chorus, we do our A, F, G, right? I didn't mean to lead you to believe that happens twice. It only happens once. I'm sure you know that. But then we go back to the verse. But the thing is, the D that was just the pickup notes at the beginning of the song and only 3 beats, half a measure, now it's a whole measure of D. So it's like there's a whole extra sort of measure. Not really, though, but there is. Also very confusing. But not if you don't think about it. So just be like me and don't think about it. So here's the end of the chorus. F, then we're a whole measure of D. Down alone, and I'll just go through the whole thing. We're in the first line of the verse. Second line, D, E, D, G. Second half of the verse to C, mysterious B chord. Play major this time. Yeah, give me your votes on that. Here's the end taggy thing. Happens twice in the verse. decided that the piano is definitely going D, A there. Second line of the chorus is the same as the first line. It'd be the easiest part to remember. Third line. The crazy thing, and I also decided that the piano is going E, E7, D, G share measure, and we're into the outro instead of A, F, G. The first time it's going to go F sharp minor, F, G. But then it's A, F, G, A, F, G. A bunch of times until it ends on F sharp minor. That's it for All Night Thing. Well, now we've done it. Now it's not there to look forward to. Kind of makes me sad, but I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye. It's definitely a B major. The B in question on the recording is a B major. Piano's playing B major. In the live versions, Chris Cornell plays G with the B in the bass, which is funny that he picked that. It doesn't contradict with any notes that he's singing. That D, which is the note that makes B minor, right? If you have B major, you got 2, 4, 4, 4. If you have B minor, you got 2, 4, 4, 3, and that D note on the 3rd fret of the B string is the thing in the G with the B in the bass that disagrees with B major. Yeah, but that is definitely it. Goodbye.